Redheads are lucky. It's frequently said. My friends all assure me while patting my head. Redheads have freckles, a fact I can't hide, so I count myself special and wear them with pride. I've heard the expression that blondes have more fun, but when it comes to redheads, we're the truly lucky ones. That's stupid. Hang on. I'm counting my freckles, and so far I've seen 1,217. I've been counting for hours. It's such an amount. 1,200 and shoot, I lost count. Your freckled skin brags of your unique character, and I realize as I kiss each freckle I will never know someone else quite like you. We're not doing redhead poems this time. I don't have a really funny one that I found on the internet. So here we go. I'm starting my video like this. So this video is gonna start off by a big question that I always ask myself. Why do people always assume that all redheads look alike? Growing up, this has always been an issue in my life. At first it was amusing because my mom would always point out a random redhead and say, oh look, you know, your little sister or your little brother. And it was funny the first couple of years, but as the years went by, the more outrageous the comparisons have been. Oh, you know, this cartoon looks like you. Yeah, I guess my hair is pretty messy and curly, but I don't really look like her, you know? Mainly in, you know, physique, because your girl been pushing 200 plus pounds. That quarantine has not been easy on me, especially with all the stuff I've been making. But I'm getting off track. The comparisons have been really interesting to say the least. Well, at least for me. Not sure if there's any other ginger out there watching my videos, but I get the usual, oh, he looks like you, she looks like you, this guy looks like you, this guy looks like you. It gets out of hand to the point where I don't even think the other person's trying to compare me to people. Like, the only freaking thing we have similar to this person is that we almost have the same tint of hair. Now look, I don't mind being compared to anybody who actually does look like me, red hair or not. I'd be pretty surprised if somebody actually found my doppelganger. But don't compare me to a pale, red freckled face guy that you found on a magazine, you know what I mean? Like,
Gingers have souls. I go to church. I'm a Christian. You're not God.
that's not how this works. It's like the red hair not comprehending with your brain and sight. Like, that's the only thing you find in that certain feature. Oh, that looks like you. Once I was told by a couple of kiddos that I look like the evil character from the Abominable Snowman movie. And I have never, ever been so offended in my life. I mean, I get the main character from Croods, I'll give you that, but really? Is this some sort of discrimination against all gingers saying that we look alike? Don't get me wrong, it's still a sweet moment because somebody saw somebody and they reminded you of them. Wait, it's a very bittersweet moment when somebody sees something, a certain trait about a person, a random person they see on the street, and it reminds you of them. That's always a very nice feeling. But at the same time, like, at least choose somebody who kind of looks like me. Hell, you'll even find me looking at other redheads and being, oh look, there goes my sibling, or hey look, there goes my twin. Even I catch myself doing it sometimes, and I hate that it's so right though. We look so apart, but yet even I'm comparing myself to other people that don't even look like me. People always saying that all redheads look alike, and I freaking hate it because it's true. Even I see the similarities, even though there's no similarities whatsoever. Also, growing up as a ginger, now here's the thing, my red hair isn't necessarily red. So this is why I'm a bit confused when people actually say that, oh, you know, that orange hair kid looks like you. My hair is not orange. It's like a very dark red. It's like an auburn, if you will. And there's only like, I think 3 people in my family as of right now that have red hair. And we got a pretty big family, all I'm saying. But growing up as a kid, you know, you would always get looks. You would always be the one to stand out. Everyone points that out because I guess they'd never seen such a beautiful thing. Because obviously they obviously didn't grow up seeing redheads, because we're kind of rare. I think last time I checked, I think we were like 2% of the population, which, I don't mind kids looking at my red hair all the time, but it's the fact that it's an attention grabber. Everybody has to pay attention to me, you know what I mean? Like, everybody's just looking at you, and you're just in the spot because you're different. But even my teachers, they would always go, oh, you're my little Carrot Top, and everyone's gonna call you Carrot Top, I was never bullied for having red hair, but it was always like, hey, look at her, kind of a freak show. But anyways, that's my little small rant for today. It's going to be a very short video. I do apologize. Hopefully then I'll come up with a better topic next time. But this was on my mind for quite a while. Thank you for listening. Be the best you could be. Bye-bye. I remember there was a parade in my hometown. It was for Sandcastle. It was Sandcastle Day. I lived in a beach town. And we would always have parades every single year for Sandcastle Day. And every year, there was always one parade float, I guess you could even call it a float, that I really, really dreaded. It was the McDonald's parade float, which, again, wasn't a float. It was a white truck, and Ronald McDonald was on top of the truck, waving at people. And every single year, he would always point me out and go very loudly and point directly at me and say, hey, nice hair, and then point at his hair, and everyone around me would look at this 5-year-old and go, ha ha ha, that's so true. And never went to see a parade again.